Hello and welcome. Today is Friday. It is the 13th day of January 2017. Welcome to the Silver Charts channel. However, this will be a Bitcoin video, and what I might be doing is putting the Bitcoin ones up at the later times like this. It's still pilot episodes at this stage, as I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this. As I've been stating, I do find this an interesting chart, but I do own about 1 Bitcoin, or 1/1000th of it, so it's not really anything I have such. So I'm giving you an open mind from someone who does not have any. Would I actually invest in any? It would probably take much larger declines. I got two charts. I got the daily chart and I have a 5-day chart. And I'll show that as I finish off with this one, which has been in a bull market. Keyword, of course, is been, as it is now falling from this key Fibonacci point and previous support, as it on this session had a large red day, getting a decent amount of its gains back up to the 18 average of highs, and then the following day further decline, thus moving this upward band into a declining session. And we have this move in which is resistance where it was previous support. So everything by the book, as technical analysis plays out, as it's falling from the 18 average of lows. The big large red candle, which has now spent a couple days consolidating what has been support. So I think the likelihood on a break within this mark would signify decent sized moves. And to put this into perspective, this high is 1097 US and the price is currently 1010 Canadian. And there's already a 30% difference on that, let alone the difference here. It has fallen over 300 on 1100 in just a few days, really. Earlier, it's just in 2017 itself, and we're not even halfway through the month. So very volatile up moves, very volatile down moves should be continued to be expected within this market. Now, as we switch this on to a little bit more longer of a time frame, each of these candles represents 5 days. I'm using the 5-day time frame because I want to sign it for, or start it within the key low of 163. Within this chart and Fibonacci, a 23% down correction, although it says 76.4, is in at 699. As far as the next level below it, it says 61.8, but it's a 38.2% down correction in at 529. At that point, it would be the more likely target if it's going to be very volatile. Now, overall, as far as this chart is considered within this 18 average band, it was obviously in a decline coming into this point, as this is the key low from the last previous almost 1100 top, which constructed into a sideways move for the start of 2015 into roughly around Halloween of that year, as it broke out roughly around here, making this high, coming back to the band. And you can see how big this resistance level was because it remained sideways again. Had another key break where it had a fast move up to this point. Again, this long correction here had a decent gain and has given up its large chunks of its gain. It hasn't given up all of this gain from this point. As we can see, it's up now to its current 18 average, and within, or not, yeah, the 18 average. Within it, on the previous period, the move went into the band but closed above it. It has now since now at the bottom part of this area. So It's weaker to say the least because it's the second test within this band area, and falling below this, again, you got this quick little area here, which is 699. I want to see how this coincides within the previous one. I have 645, so you have a little bit of a band between 695 and a little under 650, which transpires to this little area here being the next key level if it continues to go further. And then below that, 529. Other key areas, this resistance mark was roughly at about 450, and if it goes that much deeper, this is of course long-term thinking, but 321. And when I look at this over the short-term, mid-term, a move to 321 occurring even by the summer is not a shock to me. A move that goes to 3211 by the summer would also not be a shock to me. So this is the kind of volatility I think that this indice or this instrument offers. It also doesn't surprise me if something happens when you have your Bitcoins in some sort of wallet and they're frozen in some sort of mechanism and you can't do anything with them and everyone's all pissed off. That situation also would not shock me as well. So thank you for tuning in. Again, what I might do is maybe put out Bitcoin videos right around when I go to bed, and then do silver videos either in the morning or sometimes in the afternoon as well. Take care.